All right, folks, this is a pen and journal here. This is Randy. I'm going to do a video today on taking notes. Kind of some things you can do the way I do it. Some bullet points, using numbers and letters and things like that to kind of organize your notes, kind of make you understand them a little better, and everybody has their own ways to do it. This is just a way I've been doing it for a few years. So of course I found out that when I was in high school that if I took notes, it made me pay attention in class better. It made me study better. So I had better luck when I was taking notes with a pen, and just taking notes with a pen or a pencil and keeping them. So I would pay attention in class, and I would take them home and I would study with them. So I was making my own little study book, and I was paying attention more because I was more engaged if I was writing notes down. Because there's some teachers, we got a lot of good teachers out there, but there's some teachers that are pretty dry. So you tend to kind of drift off, or maybe get sleepy, or just put your head down on your desk. Especially like, I didn't like English or literature or math. So science and history and all, I didn't really have to take notes. And I took notes in government, but because it was a harder class. But math and English was the classes I really had to take notes in, because I just was not engaged in there. It was just boring to me. So and that's where, to me, you had your kind of the boring teachers. And it's hard to make math or literature or English exciting. So that's just my opinion. But so I took notes, and so I would take them home and do my homework, and I might write some more down, but I also used it as a study guide. So when I started doing that, I made better grades. So that was in high school. So I've been taking notes ever since then. So I didn't go to college, don't have a college degree of any kind, so I didn't get the professional note-taking stuff. But I have over the years, on the job, learned to take notes and, look, Google stuff to help me or whatever. So there's just some ways that everybody's different. Use bullet points, use eight letters or numbers or whatever. And there's different kinds of bullet points out there. Like you can see these bullet points here. You can see the little bullet points, and then you can see the numbers right here. And there's more numbers. So I use numbers. I use bullet points. I use bullet points a lot, but I do use numbers. I use alphabet some. You can kind of mix it up. You can see all the bullet points here. Use a lot of bullet points, and it's just a good way to write stuff down and organize it. Keep up with your notes. So I have some more over here. Remember, we talked about cursive writing. That's a whole nother subject, but that's more cursive writing. And this is actually about my aunt that I was real close to, my Aunt Betty. So I'll probably do a story about her, but you can see my cursive writing. And I did a little bit yesterday with a fountain pen. So I enjoy doing cursive writing. It's kind of an art form that we're losing. But anyway, to get back to the bullet points, there's some more you can see. So bullet points, I'm gonna give you an example here. See, I even use numbers. So you can use numbers, you can use alphabets, letters, or whatever. So Let me find me a blank page here and I'll show you. So I'm gonna use this last page, but there's different ways. There's different ways you can do it. So you can start with a title, you know, if you want to start with a title. Well, this pen ain't writing too good, but you can write your title up here, you know, like this. I guess I'll use a pencil because this pen is not writing good. So, but there's nothing wrong with using a pencil. Oh, so you do your title, and you can do a date. It's 3/27/22. You know. So if you want to, you know, if you want to do a date, that's another good thing to do. I even put the weather up here in the corner, you know. And if it's sunny, I put sunny, put a, you know, sun up here like that. But as far as your bullet points, you know, you can start off with a letter, or you can start off with a number for a section. Number one, where your note taking, see? In a subtitle or whatever, and you use your bullet points. You know, some people like to use these kind little circles. That's a good way to do it. Or you can do a letter. You can throw an A in there. You can come down here, put number 2, and you can do a square. You know, if you want to do a square for a bullet point, so you can do a square. You know, and then come down. And you can do. And you can mix it up. You can mix it up. Put your title in there. Subtitle, whatever they call them. Right there. And then you can come, and you can come with the solid dots. You can come with that. And there's just different ways of doing it. You know, everybody's got their preference. You know, the squares are good if you just want to put a check or an X in them. You know, if you're trying to maybe keep up with something you're doing, like a bullet journal, you know, you can do it that way. A lot of people, and I find myself doing this, if I can find one where I put little side notes, and you know, like draw a circle. You know, you can even draw these little circles on the side. That's another good way of kind of, you know, organizing a little bit. You know, you can draw the little arrows down to it. You know, however you want to do it. You know, you just use your imagination. So you can do that. It's really nothing. There's way, you know, there's things on Google, you can Google ways of doing it, and you'll find a lot of stuff from universities, Cornell, and different things on their note taking. Some of it's pretty complicated. I like to keep mine simple, but I'm a simple person. But some of the ways are complicated. You know, it depends on how complicated you want to make it. You know, you can jot stuff down. You know, you can write stuff in that column, if you can see. There's a lot of different ways to do it. A lot of different ways to take notes. You can split the page in half if you want to, and do one on one side and something else on the other. Do it this way. You know, you can use numbers. You can use numbers and then follow it with letters if that's what you want to do. Whatever is easy for you, whatever you like the best, whatever's your style, you know, you can do it. You can even draw pictures. You know, you can draw a picture in there to help you. You know, you can draw a picture of an ink pen, you know, or, you know, something like that, or you know, a notebook, you know, however you want to do it. It's just a way for you to make it easier on yourself, you know. I just kind of jotted that down, but you can make them look better. And we've talked about highlighters and colored pens. You can come in here and get your marker. I don't know if you can see that orange right there, but you can get highlighters if you want to highlight something. I don't know if I have anything highlighted in here. Let me look. But you can highlight things. And this is my wife's notes. This is how she takes notes. And she works at the law office, so she has a different way of taking them. But you can see how pretty her handwriting is. Her handwriting like beats mine 10 times. But you know, she's got a very pretty handwriting. And my wife is very, very organized. She's even more organized than I am. So this is just how to use Zoom. You can see. And she wrote these notes. So you can see how she does it. And I always write, I guess at the end of the page when I'm completely done, I'll write end on it. You don't have to do that, you know, but that's just my little, you can see where I put the weather. Put your title in there. It's just like I said, it's a good organization thing. Another way, and you can use this blank paper if you prefer the blank paper instead of the lined or the grid or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, all I do with the blank paper is I just draw. You know, I just draw. I'll sketch. There's some of my not so good sketches. But you know, just I sketch, but on the blank papers here. So that's another way to take notes. You know, and you may not want to use bullet points or anything. Yeah, it's totally up to you. I do. I like to use them. It just helps me organize. See them right there, right here. There's some bullet points. It just helps me to organize. You know, everybody's got their own style, and I probably use bullet points more than I do letters and numbers. I'll use numbers sometimes. I'll use letters sometimes. If you're taking notes for business or in a meeting, you know it helps to do maybe numbers, some letters, and then some bullet points, and whatever kind of bullet points you want. You know, sometimes I just do this. You know, you can just use these. Just use these lines right here. You can mix it all up. You can mix it all up. You can have a grid that's, you know, certain bullets like you use, or the square boxes or the letters or the numbers. You can have it where, like if you use, say you use a you use a circle like this. Well, that can be something that's high importance that you really need to focus back on. Or you can use, you know, if you got a different subject, you know, if you're at work or even if you're journaling, you know, or journaling, or I don't use them as much. And if I journal on a page, I don't use them much. You can see I don't use them much. But as far as note taking, I use them a lot. I've got a notebook I carry to work with me every day that I do it. You know, I do the bullet points and all. So you can do the bullet points, you know, whatever's important. You can throw these in here. It's just something that needs to reach out and get you. Like, oh yeah, I remember that. Notes are good. You can do, you know, you can do a square. If you want to do a square, you know, you can do that. You can use check marks. You know, if you want to use check marks, you can use check marks. Here's your bullet points. You can use a square to make you a little note that reaches out. And if you really wanted to make it reach out, you can get a pen, colored pen, or a Sharpie, and you can highlight that, or you can take a pen and just kind of however you want to do it, and just a good way to organize, good way to take notes, you know. And you can Google note taking, how to take notes, you know, note taking styles, bullet points, bullet journals, whatever. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of diagrams on there how to do it. So it's a good thing to practice. And really, to me, it makes note taking more enjoyable because I can be more creative. So anyway, that was a help to you. I appreciate if you'll like my channel, follow my channel, like my video, leave a comment on what you do, what kind of, you know, bullet journaling you do, or what kind of note taking you do. I take notes every day. When I go to train in the morning, and we got some guys we're going to evaluate, see if they pass the class. When I do that, I take notes on each one of them, and I write down what they did good, what they didn't do good, you know, what they need to work on, you know, and I'll use the bullets. So that's just a good way to take notes. Okay. So anyway, God bless you. Hope y'all have a great week. Like I said, if you like my channel, like my videos, please subscribe, and have a safe week. God bless you.